Hi everybody, Ken Lane, your wedding officiant. Always remember, you can have the relationship that you want. It just takes a little bit of work. I was thinking about what I should talk to you guys about today, and it dawned on me that I have this conversation all the time with couples who come and sit in my office. And the conversation is this: should I hire a wedding planner? And I'm going to tell you exactly what I tell them, which is, well, absolutely yes, if you can afford it. And here's exactly what I mean by that. There's going to be a lot of things in a wedding, unless you have an unlimited budget, that you may not necessarily be able to afford, but a wedding planner is important. So if you can afford it, then I highly recommend that you do so. And the reason is several-fold. But before I go into that, I just want to say, make sure that you get someone who is a professional, got experience, who really does know exactly what they're doing. There's always going to be a lot of people who say, oh, well, I've done tons of weddings before, so I'm going to help you out. Look, those people have the best of motives, and maybe they really are good, but get somebody who does it every day. Get somebody with dozens, maybe even hundreds of weddings under their belt, because they're the type of people who are going to be able to think of the things that you don't think of. And you can't know what you don't know until you're faced with the fact that you don't know it. Get it? I think Donald Rumsfeld said that a long time ago. Anyhow, a wedding planner thinks of things that a lot of people don't think of because they do this every single day. I was at a wedding not too long ago that I was doing, and I came up on the house, and we were just talking back and forth at the rehearsal, and I said, didn't you guys say that you were going to have like 100 people here? And they said, yeah, that's right. And I said, well, I see parking spaces for literally about 6, at the most 7 cars. Where are you going to put all of these people? And they said, well, it's okay, they'll just find a place to park. Well, that was in Virginia Beach, and it was at night. The next day, when it was time for the wedding, it was the middle of the day, in the middle of the summer, literally 96 degrees that day, and the beach was packed. And there was no parking places literally for a quarter to a half mile. How do I know? Because I'm one of the poor suckers who drove around for about 25 minutes trying to find a place, and finally did find a place 7 blocks away. I and a group of several of the attendees and the guests of the wedding had to walk almost a half mile in that heat. Poor ladies in their high heel shoes, all because they did not think that the venue that they had chosen, there was no earthly way that they were going to find parking for everybody there. But a wedding planner, that would have been one of the first things that she thought about. Another wedding that I did in a different city from Virginia Beach, I felt so bad because I went to the groom. As soon as I got there, the wedding started in about 25 minutes or so, and I went to the groom, and he was obviously so angry. And I said, my brother, what's going on? Today's a happy day. And he was just so frustrated. Why? Well, because his very well-intentioned bride had wanted to save a few dollars. I'm all for it. Great idea, except the execution of the idea didn't really turn out. What she had done is they were both from out of state, and they flew in, and several weeks earlier she had contacted a rental company for about 125 chairs and tables and a tent set up and all that. The rental company said that they were from Southeast Virginia. Well, Southeastern Virginia is an awfully big place. Come to find out, in Friday afternoon traffic, the place that they had to go to pick everything up was about 2 to 2.5 hours away in heavy traffic. Well, they decided not to pay for the delivery and setup fee, which was only $250. So the minute that he got off the plane, he had to go and borrow a truck from a family member. He had to go and find a rental trailer. He had to go the 2.5 hours away to pick everything up. He had to then come 2.5 hours back, set everything up, which took almost all night long. And then, when they were supposed to be going on their honeymoon in just several hours after their wedding, he had to tear everything back down and turn around and take it all back another 2.5 hours away. Poor guy. I felt so bad for him. Again, wedding planners think of things like that. They know the area. Also, they're going to know where you should put your money at. Look, if there's anything that you should know by now, it's that just because someone is the most expensive doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best. And someone who is the least expensive, meaning the cheapest, is not always a very good value. So a good wedding planner knows who is the right choice for you for the money. Most good wedding planners who have been doing this for a long, long time, they have a Rolodex that's several inches deep. They know everybody in town. They know the right people to get for you. Most likely they're going to save you a lot of money instead of causing you to spend a lot of money. And they're going to take a lot of stress out of it. I've got a very close friend of mine who is a bi-coastal wedding planner. She does a lot of things in Virginia and a lot of things in California. And recently I was talking to her and she told the story of how when she got on location to a wedding that was supposed to start the next day, all of the tents, all of the tables, all of everything had been set up at the wrong venue location, almost 45 minutes away. So the night before the wedding, while the bride and the groom were partying and having a great time and they both got a great night's sleep, my poor friend the wedding planner spent all night long making sure that everything was taken care of, torn down, removed from the one location, and put up where it needed to be. But that's her job, and that's what she does. So anytime that somebody asks, hey, should we really spend the money on this? I always say yes. That's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Thanks so much. Catch up to my next video. I'm going to talk to you guys about the order with which you should hire people. Check it out. Thanks so much.